Hey everybody, this is Nat C. Jones and I am so excited to share with you the new project that I am embarking on for the Community Life Improvement Center. You want to stay tuned to the end of this video because I have some very important news to share with you and you're going to want to be a part of it. Now, have you ever been underestimated, undervalued, devalued altogether, or just overlooked? That can make you feel like you're stuck in a rut. And when you're in a rut, you need help to get out of a rut. We've all been there. What's really important is that you have a place that you can go to support you and to push you further. It doesn't matter what your income level is, your gender, or your age. You need someone to be there. And when you reach out for help, sometimes people may respond with, well, I'm sorry, but I don't really have any time to help you, or, child, I'll be praying for you. But you really need more than that. When you're stuck in a pattern of behavior, or you're stuck in a rut and you feel like you don't have the tools to make it to the next level, you need a place that you can go that can give you real tools and real strategies to pull yourself up out of the rut. Years ago, on the campus of Florida A&M, I studied architecture. Now, what I learned in school when studying architecture was that I love the process of taking an old, dilapidated building, something that no one sees any value in it. You ride by it and you think, oh, what an eyesore. It's worth nothing to most people. And seeing value in it and taking the time and going through the process of bringing that dilapidated, distressed property, making it like new again. And so what I learned when I was in school is that people are a lot like buildings. We start off with this foundation that's like our family, the things that we've learned. It really becomes the root of who we are, how we see things. When we become adults, we later learn that maybe what I learned when I was a kid was not quite right. Maybe there's a different way to do this. So yes, people are a lot like buildings. You have a structure, you have a foundation. Sometimes you may have a leaky roof, which is a lot like having a mental breakdown. And when I learned the connection between buildings and people, I came up with this great idea. I began to work in the community. I began working with young girls, and I developed the Community Life Improvement Center, which was all about creating a parallel between the development of people and the development of properties, because those are my two passions. First of all, a community is built of buildings and people. We need buildings because we need a place for the people to live, to fulfill their dreams, to do activities. We need shelter for people, but the people are the most important. And without the people, the buildings don't even matter. Now, the Community Life Improvement Center started off with the CLIC for girls because I wanted to start with the most vulnerable demographic, young females of color. As we know, in our country, young people are taken for granted. Women are definitely taken for granted and underestimated, and people of color are downright abused in this country. Ordinary, everyday people can be just like an abandoned building. You can have boarded up windows and doors, like the barriers that we have to keep people out when we're hurting. You can have paint peeling, the ceiling falling down, and all of these different things look like to the untrained eye that it's hopeless. Like, this person, there's nothing that can be done. They're just stuck, and I hope somebody does something about it because I don't know what to do. Well, I know what to do. There's a scripture, Isaiah 58, that talks about being a repairer of the breach. And just like a boarded up building, the windows and doors are boarded up. Many of us are like that. Our dreams are boarded up. Fear keeps us boarded up, and it keeps us from our dream lives. Just like an abandoned building with boarded up windows and doors, when you look at it, you can't imagine what it used to be or what it could be. All you see is what it is. And that's how people look at us when we're going through it, or we're stuck and we don't have the career that we want to have, we aren't in the kinds of relationships that we want to have. You can feel like, this is it for me. Like, I have nothing else. I've tried so many different things, but I don't have the support and the help that I need to get to the next level in life. And I have so many dreams that I just don't know if they're ever going to come true. But there's good news. There is a place where you can receive the support that you need. You can receive the coaching that you need for your life skills, for your career, for your business, or whatever it is that you feel like is going to take your life to the next level. And that place is called the CLIC House. Yes, the CLIC House, CLIC, Community Life Improvement Center. The Community Life Improvement Center was founded in 2015 by myself and the board of directors. The purpose of the Community Life Improvement Center was to ensure that people had the tools that they needed to develop the lives that they wanted. And we were targeting girls of color, minorities, women, and entrepreneurs. And especially entrepreneurs that have businesses that are going to give back to underserved communities. The entire goal was to ensure that we develop the most underestimated demographic of people to develop the most underserved communities. So we started with the CLIC for Girls, and we had a great run. I mean, what we learned most of all is that this service is needed in our community. So we basically taught these young women, we went from elementary all the way up to college-age girls, how to develop faith, self-esteem, healthy relationships, and community awareness, so that they again could go and serve underserved communities with their gifts. Now, after working with these girls officially for a couple of years, I learned that the women that were volunteering to work with these girls and assist these girls also had a need. So I launched Lady Live. Lady Live is a program designed to develop the same skills that we developed in the girls, but they're more mature and more refined skills for adults. For instance, we teach at Lady Live how to set goals and achieve them. We teach them how to overcome fears, how to build confidence, everything that a woman needs in 2019, 2020 to live her best life. Again, Lady Live, as a part of the Community Life Improvement Center, the goal was still to develop a specific demographic so that these women or these girls could turn around and give back to underserved communities. Why underserved communities? I'm glad you asked. I grew up in an underserved community. I grew up in Pine Hills. In Orlando, Pine Hills is known as Crime Hills. A lot of not so great things have happened in Pine Hills. It's getting a little bit better, but it needs help. But Pine Hills is not the only community in Orlando and in Central Florida that has challenges of crime, high dropout rate, teen pregnancies and things like that. These issues are in a lot of what we call underserved communities. And we cannot expect our elected officials and government leaders to do everything that needs to be done to help these communities. We have to, as citizens who care about these communities, do something from the ground up to help support the next generation and help empower the people who live there. Now, since the very beginning, from CLIC for Girls all the way to Lady Live, there has always been a challenge for me and my team when we're developing these programs and running these workshops. And the problem has always been a space. You always have to spend so much time finding the right space. As a matter of fact, until you have a space set, your program or workshop is dead in the water. And some spaces are just not made for the type of work that we're trying to do. For instance, we've used community centers. I love community centers. They are a great resource in all of our communities, but there's a lot of different programs going on in community centers. You got basketball games, you got kids, you got people working out, and then you're in these rooms with all these windows. And a lot of the work that we're doing, very personal work. A lot of times there are tears, a lot of times there are really intimate things that are being shared, and sometimes it feels uncomfortable. So as someone who has a background in architecture, I understand the importance of space, and there are certain spaces for certain types of activities. One place that we all feel comfortable is home. So I had a vision of a house that could serve as a coaching and counseling center for the people who use the services that the Community Life Improvement Center provides. A home. So I call it the CLIC House. The CLIC House, where hope meets home. The CLIC House will be an outward expression of an inward work. And the inward work that's happening is these people, these valuable everyday people, these girls, these women, these people of color, these budding entrepreneurs are going to have a place to develop their dreams, to overcome fears, to deal with the root problems that cause their lives to be held back. We're going to have coaching, we're going to have workshops, we're going to have training available for everyday people like you. We are raising money to acquire broken down, dilapidated homes in our underserved communities. You've seen them. When you pass by a boarded up eyesore of a property that you just wish that somebody would do something with. investors who don't live in our community pick up these broken down properties, they flip them, they rent them out, they're making money off of our communities. We have to band together to do something, to provide a solution. The Community Life Improvement Center has a goal to take as many of these properties as possible, purchase them, rehab the properties, and then redesignate them for community use. We're not talking about a community center. We're not talking about church. We're not talking about a crisis center. We're talking about a coaching center where anyone can go. Your dream is severe. It's important enough. You don't have to have a drug problem. You don't have to have a mental problem. All you have to do is have a purpose problem, which means I have a purpose and I don't know how to get it done. I don't know the first step to getting there, and I am tired of sitting stagnant in my life. I know that I deserve better. This is a very, very important program. I'm talking about the ordinary person's ordinary life that needs to be extraordinary. Why? Because when we have extraordinary lives and we're all living out the gifts that were put in us by God, the world is a better place, period. So we are raising money to acquire these distressed properties, redesignate them for community use. We are turning it into a life coaching center where ordinary people can come and get the tools that they need to plan out and strategize a better life for themselves, their families, and the community. This project relies on everyday ordinary people like me and you seeing the value in these kinds of programs, understanding that people need help. Everybody, we all need help to get out the purpose that was put in us when we were conceived. The Community Life Improvement Center, we are creating a catalyst of change, and we're going to create a model starting in one community and then repeat that model in several different communities in Central Florida. You know the kinds of communities I'm talking about. Pine Hills, Richmond Heights, Washington Shores, Paramore, the kinds of communities that people don't always see the value in, that people who are not from those communities don't really understand. Some people may not see this as a big ticket movement. You may not see this on Channel 9 News, but I believe in the power of people. I believe in the power of the heart. I believe in giving. Giving is what it's all about, but not just giving out of obligation. You're not obligated to do anything, and I'm not either. I don't believe in obligations, but giving and giving to things that are good, giving to people who are going to do something with it. Don't ever give out of obligation. Don't ever give because you feel guilty. You give because you believe that the people or the organization that you are giving to are actually going to do something with the money. They're going to do something with your resources, and you're going to have an opportunity to be a part of something bigger than yourself. So join the movement. Help me help the Community Life Improvement Center level the playing field in Central Florida. We have to invest in each other, and we have to invest in our community. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of people complaining about it. I am ready to do something about it. The Community Life Improvement Center is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. So any money that you donate to this cause and this movement is tax deductible. No matter who you are or what you do or how much money you have, you can give to this cause, and it will help us move the needle. I have already put my resources into it, thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours. I've been looking at properties for the past year and a half, going to and fro with my realtor. I've made offers, but this is a great process. It's a great movement. I'm so excited. We've needed it for so long. I've known it since the very beginning in 2015 that we needed it, but I'm just now making the faith step and the faith move to go towards what I know is the purpose of the Community Life Improvement Center. So whatever it is that you have, $5 to $5,000, give as much as you can. This project, I promise you, is good soil for anything that you give. My prayer is that you will be blessed, not only in other areas of your life, but you're going to be blessed when you see what we do once we get this thing fixed up and get it running. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. We're looking at a property in Eatonville, we're looking at Paramore, and we're also looking at something in Pine Hills. It depends on how much money we raise, and it also depends on the seller. The seller has to be willing to bring the price point down to where it needs to be. I was on the phone with a seller's realtor earlier today about how he needed to come down on the price, and he did. And so we're sending a letter of intent, and the next step is to get a pre-qualification letter. I got thousands of dollars tied up in this, and I can't do it by myself, guys. We need a place like this in every underserved community that you can think of. We're gonna start one place, and then we're gonna continue the model and the prototype to other places. So I need your help. Enough talk. How do you help? I'm glad you asked. Whoever you are, give as much as you can, as often as you can. Even as I'm speaking right now, there are certain people that are popping into your head that you're thinking they should know about this project. Stop what you're doing and share it with them right now. I don't want you to forget. This is too important. Share this message with as many people as you can and tell them about the CLIC House, the place where hope meets home. Check out this post and share the steps detailed in this post. Thank you in advance for not just talking about how things should be different, but actually taking steps and moving forward to ensure that you make a difference. And I will be posting more videos to share with you the progress and how much money we have been able to raise. Now, I told you that my background is architecture, so I have already done renderings, floor plans, elevations for this property. Now, I've been looking at several different properties, so I don't know exactly which one will be the one, but what I do know is that whatever property we acquire, we're going to rehab it to have a few things. Now, I know you want to know what's going to be happening in the CLIC House, okay? So we have 3 foundational programs that are going to be running the CLIC House, okay? That's the CLIC for Girls, Lady Live, and Seat and Table. 3 very different purposes, okay? Number 1, the CLIC for Girls, which was established in 2015, is going to be impacting at least a minimum of 24 young women and girls a day. And this is in the after-school time slot from 3:30 to 6:30. So these girls, the girls selected for the program from the applications that we received, will be attending the CLIC House in their time slot from 3:30 to 6:30, and they will be receiving life coaching and training in the areas of faith, self-esteem, healthy relationships and communication, and of course community awareness. So that's one program. The second program, Lady Live, will be impacting women in the community. So on Saturdays we will have sessions, 2 sessions per Saturday for women, 15 each. So that's 30 women that will be impacted, minimum of 30 women. And what they will be impacted in, the services will be to improve the lives of women with confidence through life coaching to heal emotional pain, reveal purpose, and create plans for their personal success. The third program is called Seat and Table. Seat and Table is our newest program, and it's been established this year, 2019. And the participants in this program will be entrepreneurs and community organizers, budding entrepreneurs. Any entrepreneur that's just started their business and they're transitioning from being an employee to being a sole proprietor, we want to give them the support that they need to get their business running and off the ground. They're going to have to invest some money, but not much at all. And they're going to get a lot of guidance and steps to make their business a success. The Seat and Table program will run from Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 2:30 p.m. So this is the first half of the day. And it's just a time slot. It will be available at a per hour rate. This CLIC House will be available for several entrepreneurs to occupy it at the same time as a shared working space and also a shared meeting space. So they will be able to close the door, meet with their clients or meet with their team, do whatever work they need to do for their business, clock in, clock out, and then make the space available for the next entrepreneur. We are getting the most out of this space. It will not go unused. The Seat and Table program will provide affordable shared office, meeting, work, and event space for team building retreats, brainstorms, workshops, and consultations. It will serve as a revenue for property maintenance for the CLIC House. It is my prayer that you see the value in this project. It is my prayer that in your gut you feel like you need to donate to this project, that you will do so quickly, that you will do so enthusiastically, and you will do so frequently, and that you will share this with all of your associates and all of your contacts so that we can get this done. So we're so excited. We hope that you join us in this movement. I hope that you join us in this movement and that you will be able to celebrate with us at the ribbon cutting of the very first CLIC House. Well, that's it, everybody. If for any reason you have any questions, inbox me, Nat C. Jones, and I look forward to taking over the world for good with you, like the Avengers. Did y'all see that movie? It was amazing. Let's be Avengers for our most vulnerable people and our most vulnerable communities. See you on the other side.